Welcome back to On the Bench. So, where do we start? We're looking at two things today. Already three. Well, I'll call it two. So one is my little Mamod locos that I drug out their box since we moved here. And secondly will be this, it took me by surprise, parcel in the post. I mean, I know I'd ordered it, but I'll explain that in a minute. So first out of the box then. These are two little Mamod, except not made by Mamod. These are made by MSS. 16mm locos. I didn't buy these as kits. I didn't buy them ready to run. I bought them as a set of spare parts, as I could afford them, with the first job I had. So I kind of built them from the ground up with spare replacement parts, which allowed me to customise them a little bit and put all sorts of fun little things on them. Plain disc wheels, refills, you name it. So this one, forgive the dust, they've been put away for a while. So this one's got a refillable mess burner, standard boiler, no whistle because I put a higher pressure safety valve in there rather than those little wispy funny things, and a refill. Underneath is pretty standard other than the mess burner, and I have to say the mess burner works rather well once you get the wicks set. And having built this one, and then went on to build a second one. But this one here had even more toys on it. So we kept the plain disc wheels. We added some custom rods. I can't remember who they're from. Forgive me if you know. We've got the upgrade pistons on there. We've also got a gas burner, dead leg lubricator, and a proper boiler with sight glass and gauge. Running at £45, I think the pressure gate, the safety valve is set to. So, other than a good clean off, what needs doing to them? Well, I need some track to run them on. Is the next thing. I have some track, but it's all in pieces. I need somewhere to put it. They need a bloody good clean. The red one should be pretty much ready to go. The blue one, the reason I stopped using this is I lost the nut off the regulator, so it just unwinds. So I need some thread gauges, which we'll get to in a second, to find out what nut that size nut that is. The sight glass needs a bloody good clean out, and it could do with some sort of hydraulic test. But the next snag, it's a commercially made boiler with no CE or stamping on it, so I'm never going to get a boiler ticket on it. But it's all right to run at home. But these ones I might end up making a replacement boiler for it, so I can actually get a boiler ticket and take it somewhere. But that's the first thing on the bench. I don't know how much I'll cover those. They were just sitting there, so I thought I'd mention them. And then that brings me on wanting a thread gauge to an eBay purchase that turned up in this really nice, properly wrapped parcel. Now I've opened the packet already, but I haven't opened what's inside. So let's move you so you can see. Okay, so this turned up in the post in this nicely wrapped up parcel, actually properly strung round. You didn't need it, it was taped as well, but I thought it was a nice little touch. It's a shame more people don't go to this length. Also, this hand cut parcel paper was rather nice too. So opening that, I haven't been inside this yet. We're going to do this live. Someone's obviously been to Miami, Florida. Dunes, I might have to Google that. So let's go in. I cut the tape, but I didn't go any further. So we have a little note here. Hope you find this safely. So glad it has found a new home. It's been put away unloved for a long time. Many thanks, person who I bought it off. It is rather well wrapped up. This is nice. It's wrapped in. I'm going to show my ignorance here. I'm going to say this is linen. It may well be some sort of canvas. I do not know, but it is rather nice. And therein lies what we actually ordered. I needed a mic. I should explain something. I don't like new tools. The only new tool I would ever prefer over an old one is a digital vernier. Everything else, I much prefer something old. Not only can they always usually be found cheaper, bonus, but they were made properly. They've got some character to them, and 9 times out of 10 they're no less accurate or do a different job to a modern one, a new one, and they're easy to find in English. By that I mean imperial, thousandths, inches. But I'm hoping there's not just a mic in this box. Ooh, bits of bubble wrap. No, there's not just a mic in this box. But let's start with the main toy. Now you're looking at this at the same time I am. It is very stiff. It may want some machine oil in there. Like the note said, it hasn't been used for a long time, as in the ratchet doesn't turn it. But that's not a problem. We can take it off and lubricate it. See how well it closes up. Look at that, it does close up to 0. So, okay, so if we can, it might free up with use actually, is the other thing. We can, oh, it is quite stiff. This has been, there we go, that's a bit looser. So it's either a mucky bit of thread, like a bit of old oil in the thread down there. Oh, I had the brake on it, the lock on it, whatever you want to call it. So also there should be this 1-inch standard calibration. So I'm just going to check this. I'm going to wind this out till it says it's an inch, just over an inch. Right, so just over the inch. This is pretty clean. I'm going to use this bit of cloth just to wipe it around. And you know, it fits, so let's tighten it down. Okay, the ratchet still doesn't like it out here. I'm going to stop there. It's just holding it. Just holding it. In fact, it does slip out. So what are we reading? We are reading so close to a square inch. I don't think there's anything to worry about there. It does need freeing up a little bit. The lock does work rather well. But it could do with a little bit of machine oil in there, I think. Really light, thin machine oil. But the reason I went for this one, other than it's got some nice aging character to it. Oh, look at that down there, that's better. The ratchet's got it. Okay, never leave them closed. But I like the fact it's got 8ths and 30-seconds around it. You can never have too many references, and then 16ths. You can never have too many references. So I liked that. There's its adjustment spanner. But it also came with some other little Moore and Wright toys. It came with some feeler gauges, thickness gauges, whatever you call it, in every 64th for a little while, but up to 5 30-seconds, which is quite nice. Not a gold mine, but handy. But the real toy, the real bonus to this one, is it comes with thread gauges. 26, 22 TPI gauges, all up to quite coarse. So this goes from a lot. Need to clean. Down to quite fine. Again, they need to clean. But thread gauges. So now that blue loco over there, I should better work out what the thread is on the regulator, putting that on it so I can open the regulator and run it. Lots of pointing, animated. So these won't live in this box forever, but they will go back in here for now. I mean, this is the other thing I like about old tools. Instead of coming in plastic cases, which do the trick, there is just something about a nicely made wooden box. Right, so that's what that was on the bench today. The next on the bench will be back underneath Trojan for an update on lubricator and getting it ready for Imlek. Unless, of course, I change my mind and put something else in here first. But, you know, hands.